According to TMZ, an unreleased song was leaked on SoundCloud in December 2023 by David. He sings about a woman named Celeste. When it was leaked, it was titled Celeste Demo, unfinished. Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed. The next verse also features the name. Oh, Celeste, afraid you'll only love me when undressed. But you look so damn gorgeous in that dress. Missing you so much makes me depressed. But I digress because... And then TMZ also reports that there are disturbing lyrics about killing in his 2022 song, one of his top songs called Romantic Homicide. And we actually have a clip of that. Here it is. Boy. For the listening audience, it's showing a dead woman bloody on a bed and him blindfolded. And you heard the lyrics in the back of my mind. I killed you. I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you. I know you're a former prosecutor, Dave. I mean, you were prosecuting these cases about a year ago. How helpful is that?
I think it is helpful. And this is why I've always opposed attempts that exist in various states to make music lyrics inadmissible in court, because prosecutors have used rap lyrics to go after violent gangs, and they say you can't do that. That's First Amendment, and it doesn't mean anything. Well, it does mean something. A lot of this stuff is a confession. It also is telling that apparently the tattoo, she had a tattoo on her finger that was the same one that David has. So I don't know about the whole thing on the chest.
That read SHHH, like be quiet, which is disturbing.
Yeah, exactly. So all that stuff should be admissible. And thankfully, it's still admissible, because that's why these laws are so just, even though they want to be fair to defendants, they are so misguided because they could set defendants free.
We, just FYI, according to TMZ, we don't know when they first met, but there is a photo of them together, reports TMZ, at an event in LA in October 2023, which would have dated back to when she was 13 and he was 17. That's no bueno, that age difference. And she also, you mentioned this, Phil, appeared in streams of David's Twitch and Discord channels. It's very clear they knew each other. TMZ obtained one video in which the woman next to David appears to be Celeste. I think we've got that cut.
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which one? What's good, David? Big fan, big spot. Yo, thank you, Mitochondria. Appreciate you.
I gotta stop with him if you even...
We
need to delete this.
Oh, boy.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream, too?
All right, so there's no question these two knew each other. That seems very clear. The only question is, why did she go missing? Obviously, at some point, somebody killed her. And how did her body parts wind up in his car? Can you speak to the thing about, I mean, look, we all have a suspicion here for obvious reasons, but if you actually have to make the case, it's much better to have some physical evidence on him or in his house, like the luminol. If they find her blood in that house, that's good. But even if they find her blood inside that car or his fingerprints inside that car, it doesn't mean he did it. Apparently, it was his car. He drove it. Maybe somebody was framing him. Maybe the guy who owns his house, right? If I'm a defense lawyer, I'm going to cast the stones everywhere. Like maybe the manager did it. Maybe the maid did it.
You know, it's really, really unlikely, and I think it's very, very rare that people in real life are actually framed for things. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I think, you know, you mentioned that they obviously knew each other. In my opinion, I think it's clear that it was much more than simply knowing each other. But to your point about physical evidence, obviously, the more evidence prosecutors and police have to make a case, the better off they are when making that case. But there are a lot of people who are rightfully convicted serving long prison sentences on circumstantial evidence alone. Circumstantial evidence, when used the right way, can be extremely powerful, extremely powerful. And by that, we've got, for example, there are Discord messages that say, David is saying that gore is greater than porn. I used to be addicted to watching gore. I love gore. And he's not talking about Al Gore. He's talking about this, something that's
no
essentially
one feels
a
that
fetish.
way.
Yeah. And so, and now we got this video with the knife that's, dripping blood and all of these things, and the body parts found in his car near his house, even though his name may not have been on it, all the evidence is that he was living there. And you start putting these things together. And bear in mind, there's obviously going to be things that the police know about that we don't know about. So just taking what we know, and it's already looking very, very bad for singer David. And my wife made me promise not to call him D4vd, so I won't call him David. But
I almost did it too.
It's one of these things. I think they can make a strong case.
Here's the thing. They found the car. The car was originally on the street, Dave. It wound up in the impound lot because somebody had basically abandoned it. So it was towed to the impound lot. And then after several days, it started to smell and they reported this foul odor. The police came and they found this head and torso in a bag in the trunk. And then the remains were linked back to this young girl, Celeste, and proven to be hers. Now what we've seen from David is he's stopped with the promotion of his album and he's hired a criminal defense attorney. Now, none of that means he did this. I'd get a lawyer too if I were him, whether I were guilty or innocent at this point. But again, I can't get over the sheer stupidity if he did this of putting some portion of her remains in a bag. Whose bag is it? The cops will figure that out pretty quickly, will they not, Dave? And then putting it in my own car?
Yeah.
And then thinking no one's going to link it back to me?
I think that's his best defense. It's so preposterous. I mean, who would ever do this? Your Honor, members of the jury, this is too ridiculous. He's not an idiot. Well, that's going to be the argument press. But he
did seem like an idiot in that video.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. He has shown signs of being quite an idiot. So that could come back to hurt him. Also, he's been going out of his way to lie about his affiliation with the victim. He is. Denied there was ever any romantic involvement, which of course he would because he's a lot older and she's underage. But there was a photo of the two of them together at an event in Los Angeles in October 2023, and she would have been 13 at the time. He was 17. What is he doing with a 13-year-old girl then? And so when you add all this stuff up, it makes him look really bad. So even if you don't have all the evidence to connect them to the murder, but just the insinuation of hanging around with this 13-year-old is going to make him look terrible in the eyes of the jury to at least get him on the concealment charge.
Mm-hmm. David's friends are saying that they were romantically involved, according to Fox 11, that they believed that Celeste was a 19-year-old student at USC. Again, a reminder for the audience, she was found dead at age 15, and the relationship had been going on, we believe, for a couple of years, having begun when she was 13 and he was 17, we believe, again, allegedly. His friends say they frequently saw the two together and believe they were romantically involved. They told TMZ they were shocked she was underage because she was present at multiple age-restricted events. Law enforcement sources previously confirmed to TMZ that Rivas Hernandez had multiple fake IDs, which could have given the teen access to such events. I mean, and now what they're sniffing around here, Phil, is potential motive, right? I don't know what the statutory rape law is out in California, but that kind of an age difference, 4 years with an underage, with a 13-year-old is probably illegal. That's how the laws work in most states. And, you have one fight in which she says, I'm going to tell everybody. I'm just making this up. This is speculation, but that's a problem. It's a problem to have somebody under 13 in a sexual relationship potentially.
So it is. And yes, that, that's the reason for the pinky tattoo saying, shh, don't, that's what that signifies to me, is that they've got something going on and they want to keep it a secret, so secret that they're putting tattoos all over themselves. But anyway, it has been reported,
by the way, that's not a good idea.
Well.
If you're trying to keep a secret, you probably shouldn't have shh written on your finger and the matching finger of the person with whom you don't want to be caught in a relationship. Just pro tip.
Well, also, you don't want to be caught, as TMZ reported, standing 0.3 miles from the home where Celeste Rivas was living with her family before she disappeared in April of 2024. And that's where he was standing, according to Google Maps, according to TMZ. So you put all this together. This is what I mean by circumstantial evidence. You start putting it together, and while one piece of it may not look like much, eventually when you start putting these bricks in place, you start to see a wall forming, and eventually that wall can get complete and it can get very tall, and it might be something that's so tall that the defense won't be able to get over it in terms of finding reasonable doubt in a case. So the search for physical evidence is key. It's going to be ongoing, but I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to find some physical evidence if they haven't done it already. Plus, he's got a lot of stuff out there online that sleuths have been able to come up with, and with the tools that law enforcement has, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a mountain of digital information that they've got that's going to probably lead to some charges in the not too distant future.
You tell me, Dave, as a prosecutor, if this guy really did, again, I assume he asserts his innocence. I assume he's denying having anything to do with this. And they don't have him dead to rights based on what we're seeing here. They really do need to tie some forensic evidence either in that car or in his home to him and her having been together in some sort of a bloody confrontation. But you tell me whether they are likely to find that, because if you really are dumb enough to kill your lover and put her remains in your car and then abandon your car on the streets of LA, you are absolutely dumb enough to think cleaning up blood in your home with bleach will remove all trace of what you may have done. Right? This is hypothetical land right now, to be clear. But I wouldn't be shocked at all to learn he really is straight out of the stupid criminal file.
Yeah, and he'd be the type to think that if he erases his cell phone, then all the messages go away. I got to believe that law enforcement is getting subpoenas for his cell phone records, and that's where his digital footprint could really hurt him. And going back to what we were talking about before, since he was 17 at the time of that picture with her when she was 13, that if they had a romantic relationship, then that could be a felony under California law. It is a crime because it's more than 3 years. It's a 4-year difference, even though they're both underage. And so he could be convicted of a felony just for that relationship. So you can see that could be motive, even though she was not pregnant, that could be motive. Perhaps she said something and she held that up over his head. We don't know yet, but means motive opportunity points to one person so far. We'll see if the evidence bears it out.
Did you know gold is up around 40% this year? That's not speculation, that is reality. And if a portion of your savings is not diversified into gold, you're missing the boat. Here are the facts. Inflation, still too high. The US dollar, still too weak. And the government debt is still growing. This is why central banks are flocking to gold. They're the ones driving prices up to record highs. But it's not too late to buy gold from Birch Gold Group and get in the door right now. Birch Gold will help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. You don't pay a dime out of pocket. Just text MK to 989898 and claim your free info kit. There's no obligation. There's just useful information. The best indicator of the future is the past, and in this case, the present. Gold has historically been a safe haven, and it's doing gangbusters right now. So text MK to 989898 right now to claim your free info kit on gold. Text MK to 989898. Protect your future today with Birch Gold. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.